Emma is our little princess. When she laughs, you want to laugh with her. When she cries, you want to cry and beat your head because she just gets you involved in her emotions real easily. My mommy's so funny. She likes to be clean. She likes to be pretty. She doesn't like to be messy. And Zoe is our little tomboy. She's an active child. She's very spatial. When she was a little baby, she used to feel around her crib and find all the boundaries. Just roll from one side, so she always knows where she is. She likes to roll around in the dirt and climb things.
She's going to be a stunt woman when she grows up. Emma's going to be a pop star.
Every day with these girls, my heart's full of joy. But having disabled kids is a lot like having a sunny weather forecast every day, but every time you go out it rains and you forget your umbrella. So it's hard to enjoy the sun while it's there because you know that any minute everything can change.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. I think it's one of the most important things in their lives to be around people they know they can trust, to have that security, because every step could be a cliff. And just this year, they started to walk with their hands out, and they trust.
We're constantly paying attention to them like you would an infant because you're afraid something's going to happen. And if they were typical 8 years old, they'd be running off and watching television or playing with their friends.
You stay afraid for them when most kids, you can relax a little. And with them, we never can.
Yay!
Most parents could hardly imagine the challenges inherent in raising 3 deaf-blind children. But comprehending the girls' world is another matter entirely.
I think that Zoe and Emma live in a very disoriented, unorganized, dark, lonely world.
A child develops in his rapport with the environment. And when this environment cannot be heard or seen, how can the brain develop? Deaf-blinded is not summing up the consequences of deafness, the consequences of blindness, and putting them together. It is a complete different way of being.
It's having no reference point. If you're blind, people can speak to you. You can hear the world. If you're deaf, you have all of the spectrum. But deaf-blind is incredibly more difficult.
Where the child has some eyesight and with some hearing, then you have a complete different story.
Liz was committed to giving her daughters the tools that might help them to change their own individual stories. In 2002, she had each of them fitted with cochlear implants, surgically implanted hearing aids that would allow them to go from complete deafness to distinguishing certain sounds. It was a watershed moment. Suddenly, after years of silence, the door had opened on a whole new world of hearing.
Wouldn't really expect anything here. We're going to move up gradually. There we go. It's on. Wow, what is that? She's like, where? What is that? It's so funny, and it's up here. She likes those high-pitched sounds. No, it was right then. It's right then. Okay, now we're going to turn this.
But if the triplets are ever to have any chance of connecting to and understanding the world around them, it's essential that they learn to process and interpret incoming sounds.
Today we're at the Center for Hearing and Speech. It's a phenomenal place. It's sort of an oasis in the middle of a desert for children who are deaf and children who are deaf-blind as well.
We specialize in helping them make sense of that sound that they're now hearing, because remember, they didn't receive their cochlear implants until they were almost 3 years old. The critical age for spoken language development is birth through 3. So now we're trying to go back and help them replace almost the initial years that they lost to being without sound.
The trick is, when you don't have vision or hearing, is to attach meaning to the sounds that they're hearing. Verbs are easier to attach meaning to because they're actually doing something when there's a verb.
Okay,
and then there we go. There, she's squeezing, so you would attach meaning to that by saying that over and over again.
Squeeze. Good job.
Squeeze. Yeah, very good.
That's good.
And she likes that intonation, rising intonation. She understands that, and she wants a hug.
Sophie, what we're going to do is we're going to take off your cochlear implant, and we're going to put it on the computer, okay? I'm getting ready to turn off her speech processor, which means that she'll be in a world of silence, and she's been conditioned over the years that when she hears the sound, that she has to do an activity that lets me know that she's hearing it. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Window.
Put it in the window. With these cochlear implants, they are now able to hear their mother calling them, telling them that she loves them, reading them a story at night.
From the beginning, they didn't know what sound was. Now sound has meaning to them.
But cochlear implants are only part of the treatment story.
I'm packing to take the girls on a trip to Dallas, and while we're there, Emma is going to get new prosthetic eyes. I have to pack 4 times as much because they are so messy.
Having Emma fitted with artificial eyes is an important step in the process for Liz, but it comes at a price: the discomfort of the procedure and the anxiety of being away from home.
I think Emma will thank me when she's older for giving her the opportunity to appear as normal as possible.
George and Liz are on their way to Dallas to have Emma fitted with prosthetic eyes that will fit over her damaged ones. The family only makes these journeys when absolutely necessary, as the stress of traveling in new environments are very difficult for the triplets to cope with.
We try to plan for every contingency. We have enough crackers, we have enough drinks, we have enough toys, things to keep them occupied. The girls love music, even without their implants on. When they hear the deep bass vibrations and the sound of the percussion, they love it. And we are here. We're in for quite a night. You know, being deaf-blind, they don't know the difference in night and day, so sometimes they may stay up all night, sometimes they sleep through the night. We're used to it, though.
Bye, Dad. Bye, Zoe.
After a restless night of broken sleep, Liz is taking Emma to Ocularis Randitronic for the fitting of her prosthetic eyes, or conformers.
The conformers don't hurt her eyes, but she will cry and fuss a bit because, I mean, nobody likes to have fingers poked in their eyes. And he's really gentle, and he just has a way of putting her at ease.
Incy Wincy Spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. She has really wonderful eyelids. She has wonderful eyelashes. And so that means that the muscles around the eye are stimulated well enough to allow the eyelashes to come up. So that's good. When you have a normal-sized eye, it stimulates the facial bones and the contour of the face to grow normally. And so the question is, are her eyes large enough to make her face grow? And if they're not large enough, then the prosthesis acts as an agent to help trick the body into thinking the eyes are larger sized to make them grow. And that's kind of one of the goals of what we do.
I think as a mother, you want to share your world with your kids. I quit looking at beautiful things. I didn't want to see a gorgeous sunset. I didn't want to see a butterfly. I didn't want to see anything beautiful or inspiring when they were little because it was devastating. It was painful because I knew that that was something that they would never enjoy. And it took me a long time to get to the point where I thought their experience is different than mine, and there's going to be things that they experience in their own way that I can't experience.
The triplets love the park, they love the playground. Anything that's in motion for a blind child, and even more so with a deaf-blind child, is exhilarating.